Greetings from the city of Madrid. First time in Europe, I have to say it's been a very pleasant experience so far. I'm still getting used to the time zone difference. I have to say that jet lag didn't really hit me as hard as I thought, but the fact that sundown is so late here makes me feel that it's still earlier in the day than what it really is, which makes me think that I have more time left during the day to do things when I really don't. But anyways, I'm recording this right now and it's still bright and it's almost 10 p.m. That's still mind-blowing to me. But overall, it's been a very pleasant experience, very enjoyable time so far. I'm glad I took this trip. Now, during the short few days that I've been here so far, I've realized, or I've been thinking a lot about something in particular. And I've realized that everywhere in the world is essentially pretty much the same. You go to restaurants to eat, there's places to shop around, walk around, there's parks, there's people, cars, stores. It's literally the same everywhere. And it doesn't matter if you're in a third world country, first world country, Colombia, Mexico, US, Madrid. It's all the same. There's nothing new or novel really to do besides sightseeing. You know, of course you can go to some museums or some nice touristy place, but that's about it really. And I'm not saying this to complain. I'm saying this because oftentimes we get caught up in thinking that the grass is always greener, or that our lives are going to change when we move to a new country or we expose ourselves to a different environment, which to some degree is true. But it's also very important to know that ultimately it's going to be up to you to make progress towards your future, make progress towards the vision that it is that you have for your life. And if you don't have a vision, then you will get caught up in what I just said, where essentially everywhere is the same. You're just going to be perpetually distracted by the restaurants, the football games, the new movie releases, the parks, the tours, etc. It's all the same. And it never ends. And unless you make it a point to pursue your vision and turn it into a reality, it's never going to happen. Doesn't matter what country you are, what country you're living in, what environment you're in. And that's, I would say, it's probably been the biggest realization because, like I said, I know of a lot of people that are waiting till they move to a whole new different country, and that's when they think or believe that that's when their life can actually start. But no, your life starts when you decide it starts. So don't wait any longer, especially when it comes to, like I said, to making your vision true. I've realized, at least the 2 days that I've been here, that one thing is to think about the things you want to do, visualize them, manifest them, etc. But something that I encourage everyone to do, and at least that's how I'm looking at this whole trip, is to not only think about it and manifest it, but also step into it, walk into it. There's only so much you can read or think about a situation or a particular achievement that you're maybe striving towards, but until you actually get a taste of it, you're not really gonna know if it's meant for you or if it's actually what you really want. For example, first time here in Europe, first time here in Madrid. On one side, I could have spent all my time while I was still living in Colombia just reading on the places to go, places to see, places to avoid, best restaurants in Madrid, best sightseeing spots, tourist spots, top museums, etc. Best places to live, how would I go about if I wanted to stay here for 3 months or longer, etc. That's all one thing, and of course, planning has its place. But then on the other side, I could just come here, experience it for myself, and then on my own, through my own experience, get my own assessment of the city, and then I can actually experience it, feel it, and decide if it's really what I expected it to be, or if it actually aligns or doesn't align with my wants or my expectations, essentially. So it's been curious that oftentimes, because I've already talked with a few people here, and they're all saying like, oh, the people here in Spain, they want to move to Italy, or some of them want to move to France, other parts of Europe. pursuing something, because everyone I know has that innate feeling. Everyone's pursuing something, right? It's just what I like to call or think of as the vision. You're pursuing the life that you want to live, but you have to cut out all the distractions, all the bullshit in order to get to that point. One thing is, like I said, going back to the first point, is to think about it, but step into it. Don't think about it anymore. Stop evaluating, stop overthinking it, because life doesn't stop, and it's literally the same. I realize it's the same. If you don't make an effort to step outside of the machine, let's call it, or the matrix, whatever you want to, whatever term you want to use, of just every day you wake up, work, on the weekends you go out, you get drunk, you eat, restaurant. If you don't break out of that norm, out of that cycle, you will never get to experience what could potentially be your higher life, your higher self. So that has been my short realization in the past 2 days that I've been here. But again, it's been very enjoyable. I like it a lot. Love the architecture. Definitely much aesthetic and nicer than other countries I've been to, than US for sure, and Mexico or even Colombia. So it is quite nice, I have to say. It's been a very pleasant experience so far. I'm leaving for Barcelona soon, so we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, I'm glad this trip has served as an eye-opening experience to me in that regard. Just that, wow, everywhere is essentially the same. Ultimately, it's going to be down to you to start building the life you want and living towards your higher purpose, towards self-actualizing your needs, what it is that you want. So that's been my realization. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll keep you all up to date with the touristy stuff. I know I've taken some pictures here and there, some short blogs. I'll stitch them together somehow. But yeah, nice time. Madrid, I would say it's a B+, I would say. There are certain things that I'm not quite fond of. And a lot of it is because I've probably outgrown that phase of, there's a lot of, to me, they're teenagers, but they look like young, to me, they're young adults, but they behave like teenagers. I don't know, I'm way past that phase of behaving like an idiot in public. So, I don't know. I've seen a lot of that behavior here, which I was surprised. But, you know, to each their own. It's not people that I interact with frequently. Even if I was to live here, I wouldn't be interacting with that crowd specifically. But besides that, pretty nice. Nice city, quiet. There's a nice mix of buildings and greens. So I particularly like that very much. I like the euro. I mean, I'm getting spoiled. Well, not spoiled, but I'm kind of getting used to a whole spending in euro. Gotta say, it's a country I can see myself using as my primary currency. I said country. A currency I see myself using as a primary currency. I'll leave that there. So yeah, that's been an experience so far. Of course, stay tuned for the next few videos. As always, thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I'll catch you on the next one.